What is good, y'all? Triple threat talk squad. Oh my goodness, we are back again.
Are we
MJ,
on Instagram? Or are we just on YouTube?
we def is on Instagram. I'm going live right now on that, John.
Types, type stuff,
You
type
feel
stuff.
me?
PG-13 pod here
Jam-packed episode. Hey, look,
for sure.
we gonna be live today and tomorrow. I guess Tuesday
Today,
back to back, but y'all know what I mean. Today and tomorrow, for real. P gonna be on tomorrow. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Got y'all coming in at 12:30. Shout out my man Ziggy. I see you got the Trey Turner. Shout out the Phillies, man. Shout out Nick Castellanos, man. Shout out the Phils, man.
yeah, that was big. That was big.
All of y'all that's on Instagram right now. All y'all that's on Instagram right now. Make sure. The next like 5-10 minutes, we gonna be exclusively on YouTube and Twitch. So make sure to go ahead, subscribe, share with a friend, and share with a friend. And I'm done chatting. I know you are hot. You high off a win.
I'm not high, but I'm like cool. I'm content. I'm content.
Content.
Yeah, I'm content. Like I don't know, bro. It just sorry. I'm trying to pull up the show script. Give me like 2 seconds. I'm pulling up the show script so we can run through it. Two
You feel
seconds.
me? We got a jam-packed John, man. We're gonna talk about Lamar and him. Is he the MVP favorite right now? And look, we're gonna talk about this again when P gets on later on today. Where do we rank Jayden Daniels? Jayden Daniels in the whole league. Is he top five? Has he been playing like he's top five? I ain't saying he's top five, but has he been playing like he's top five? And where would he rank his rookie season so far? Y'all know what I've been saying. I fear Jayden Daniels more than Dak Prescott. We gonna talk about that.
All right,
Yeah,
let's rock.
my
I'm good.
you good?
Yeah, I'm
All
good.
right,
Let's do it.
so
Ready.
here I'll say this. Right. I'll start off with this.
We starting with Jaden Daniels, Dak Prescott.
We'll start off with the Cowboys. So I was scrolling through Instagram. Dan Orlovsky says something that even me was like, damn, that is disrespectful. What did he say, y'all? He said the Cowboys win over Pittsburgh wasn't impressive. Wasn't impressive. Now they're down Micah Parsons. I know because I made a post earlier today. So before y'all get on me, then I'm gonna toss it to Kobe.
You gassed it a little bit. You gassed it a little bit, but I'm gonna let you. I'm cool. I'm cool because I've never seen this side of you. So you gassed it a little bit, but I couldn't even. I didn't even feel like I didn't even have the like the courage to be like, bro, you gassing it because I was like, Miles said what? But go ahead. But go ahead.
The Cowboys had a very probably the most respectable win I can think of. I don't know when, but in a long time in my eyes. You down Micah Parsons, you down, Lawrence, Pittsburgh defense elite, TJ Watt snapping out this John. The reason why I said what I said about the Cowboys is because I've been on Dak Prescott, and the main reason I be getting on him, like, all right, yeah, Cowboy, all that, but also like when he turns over the ball, normally he plays like a crap game the rest of the way, like against the Packers. Yeah, all right, I'm still standing on the garbage time stats. I don't care. But for the most part, once he turns over the ball, You can see it in his eyes, like he's flustered and all that. But I saw something out of Dak Prescott that was like, all right, like I'm gonna tip my cap and be like, all right, good win. Like I ain't saying y'all gonna win no NFC East or anything like that, but I still got my birds when the birds play. But yeah, I feel like that was a good win. I mean, you talking about Rico Dowd fumble at the yard. The fact that that wasn't a QB sneak was egregious, and that could have been an all time wonder. But Jalen Tolbert, snag onto that ball. But that's kind of why they were able to stop the run, especially without their key players. The question is, while I do believe that this was a respectable win, and you got to give them props. Like I've told y'all, this ain't no fan page. Like we got to keep it objective sometimes, really all the time. But the question really is like, is this more about the Cowboys defense showing something that we haven't seen yet? Or is it like this Steelers offense really ain't nothing and all that? So I'll bring it back to Dan Orlovsky's point. I'll toss it to you, Cope. Were you impressed by the Cowboys win on the road over the Pittsburgh Steelers?
I'll say I was impressed. And I'll give you a couple reasons why. Let's start with the fact that in the preseason, like in the summertime when the schedules came out, irregardless of injury, whatever, nobody had us beating the Steelers anyway. Like that wasn't a thing anyway. And so now we get to the season and it's like, oh, but it's just the Steelers. And it's kind of like, bro, like y'all didn't have us beating the Steelers. That was never a thing. Like from summer to now, nobody ever had us beating the Steelers to begin with. That's point number one. Point number two is going back to point number one, when you watch the pregame shows, none of them had us beating the Steelers. So it's not like this was a thing. Like, oh, yeah, the Cowboys should go out there and win. No, the sports books didn't have us winning. Reporters didn't have us winning. Commentators didn't have us winning. Nobody had us winning. So you can't now all of a sudden come out and be like, oh, yeah, they should have won anyway. They're supposed to win. Now, I'll get to the offense and defense part. I don't like the Steelers offense isn't this, that, and the third, whatever, because all season we've been saying, oh my God, the Steelers have turned Justin Fields' whole career around. Through 5 games, we've been saying the Steelers have turned a stone, turned a new leaf on Justin Fields' career. Now, obviously, and for the first, I would say 3 or 4 weeks, we were saying, hey, bro, when Russell Wilson come back, it should still be Justin Fields' job, right? So, yeah, their offense isn't prolific and high scoring, but their offense gets the job done. 2. When we talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers, 3, when we talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers, we don't talk about their offense anyway. We talk about the fact that their defense is an elite level defense, and that their offense just does enough to get the job done and win games, right? So they still had that defense out there. That defense still played, and that defense still caused us fits. But like you said, Dak Prescott showed us something yesterday where it was like, whoa, you fought back? Dak Prescott fought back yesterday. And that's something
I be on him about front running.
Yeah, he fought back yesterday. And that's something that, like, I'm not going to say we've never seen, but, like, that's something that we don't often, like, usually, and especially in the regular season where it's like, bro, like, D-Law out, you on your 6th string corner, you on your 5th string DN, you know what I'm saying? Micah Parsons out, but then D-Law is out, but then you lose another DN in the first quarter on the second series. You lose a D tackle in the first quarter. Like, you start losing all of these things, and it's like 2 interceptions in. Dak Prescott could have just easily packed it up and been like, man, F it, we going home. Like, I ain't got time for this anyway. Like, it's raining. Game that started an hour and a half late. Like, nah, let's get out of here, guys. We can pack this thing up. But no, they fought back. They fought back and came down and won. Now, as far as our defense goes, I think that was the most impressive part. And not because, like, the defense played elite or out of their mind or anything, but they did enough to keep us in the game. And I think that we saw some things that Mike Zimmer can work with.
Yeah.
When you get your key pieces back. Maybe like nobody is gonna be like out here taking starting positions from DeRon Bland and Kalen Carson and then and D-Law and Micah and them. Nobody that's doing that necessarily. But we saw some guys that you can actually throw into the rotation that if you wasn't on your fifth string DN, that you like, I would never throw him in the game to begin with. But you on your fifth string DN, and then it's all of a sudden like, whoa, this guy might be a player. Might not be a great player, but he's a rotation guy. One guy that you can get in there, you know what I'm saying? Give Micah Parsons a couple plays off. You can give D-Law a couple plays off. So when I say I'm impressed, I'm not impressed because, we played the flashiest, like, brand of football ever, and Dak threw for 400 yards, and CD had 3 tuds, and, like, we got our stuff together all of a sudden. But no, I'm impressed that we fought. And I think that's what's more important. Like, you go up to Pittsburgh, primetime game, Sunday night football, game starts an hour and a half late, it's raining. That's a game that should be a Pittsburgh game. That game against Pittsburgh was made for a Mike Tomlin team to win, for a Pittsburgh Steelers team to win.
It was, but then it wasn't. Only reason why I disagree is because I don't know what it is, but the Steelers don't win games, and that's why. And I'm not Kevin. I really believe this because I really put my money where it was, and I be so, but like they don't they be losing some games in the Mike Tomlin era that's like they should win, and then they win the game, and then they win games that everybody like
they shouldn't win.
That they shouldn't win. And
no, you're not wrong in that part. In that regard, you're not wrong. Yeah, in that regard, you're not wrong. I don't mean like they lose games that everybody says that they should win. That part I agree with.
But like when in terms of personnel, in
terms of like when I say this game was set for them to win, like this was supposed to be a grinded out game where Najee Harris runs for 80 yards, Justin Fields runs for another 60, TJ, you know what I'm saying, go off and do his thing. All of the things above. That defense shows up, hold us to 10 points. You know what I'm saying? Like one of them, like one of those grinded out games that's real nasty, real muddy. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yeah, like that's Pittsburgh Steelers football. That's what type of game it was supposed to be. We showed up we walked in they trap in you know what I mean? Like, so that when I say that game was set up for them to win, that's what I mean. Not in terms of like, because you're right, they do lose a lot of games that they are projected to win. But in terms of what Pittsburgh Steelers football is from the beginning of time to now, when Mike Tomlin hires a coach and he says, "Hey, do you know how to play Pittsburgh Steelers football?" That's what Pittsburgh Steelers football is, and we went and beat them at their game. Shout out Rico Dowdle.
Yeah, no, he had a career game. Again, on the Pittsburgh side, I mean, the reason why I said like they balled out, like, all right, like, yeah, people might disagree and say, oh, because Dak 2 interceptions, thing had a fumble, right? Yeah, so that's 3 turnover game. But like, if you're looking at like total yardage, it was domination. Like they was marching up and down the field against this Pittsburgh defense, but it's like they end up turning with the ball. But like you talking about receiving 352 yards to 150 total yards for Pittsburgh. Rushing, we never thought this. You're telling me Rico Dowdle himself almost surpasses all of Pittsburgh. He had 87 rushing yards. I mean, they had 92. They ended up having 109 in total, the Cowboys, to the Steelers, 92. So, and offensively, outside the turnovers, it was domination. Don't think Fields played very well at all. It was pretty bad, honestly. Uh, Box score don't tell it the whole picture, but they showed some heart, and
I think at this point in the season, that's really like all you can ask for from the Cowboys, right? like at this point in the season where we're at and where we've been for the past 3-4 weeks, like at this point in the season, like just showing heart is a start. Like at this point, like all right,
yeah,
we
because I
still
mean,
we
yeah,
still got some the fact that we still have some fight left in us was something that I just personally like to see. Like, oh, okay.
this game, this game reminded me of the Eagles versus the Saints. The Eagles defense coming in was like nobody thought. I was somebody saying like that will stop the run, and I feel like when it gets to a point, and this is why if any of y'all betting people like at the end of the day, it's the freaking NFL, though. Like these are all NFL players at the end of the day. So like, all right, yeah, it's trends. Like, yeah, it's trends. All right, Alvin Kamara, whoever, Derrick Henry, they going off for several games. But at the end of the day, like any given Sunday, especially in the regular season, the playoffs a little bit different, but the playoffs still it ain't no 7-game, 5-game series. It's one game. Any given Sunday, Monday or Thursday, these are NFL players. They can go ahead and win that, John. If they have a lot of motivation, and Mike Zimmer is definitely, yeah, he might have been like the MVP of that, John, the way that he was able to inspire those guys. Then, that's really what it is. And same way with the Eagles, that Vic Fangio, I mean, what he was able to do to inspire his guys that nobody gave a chance. It's literally like the same exact thing. Want to get into this guy in the NFC East, Jayden Daniels. So he's been hooping. He has been hooping. I'm pull up his stats real quick, but the Commanders are 4-1. Jayden Daniels is having a historic rookie season. He has a 72 QBR. That's third in the league. I mean, you talk about what he's done this season, rushing, passing. I'm going to give you his numbers real quick. He has over 1,100 passing yards, 300 rushing yards, 4 rushing TDs, 4 passing TDs, 77% completion percentage. This guy is hooping. I knew it. I was like, this guy's the truth. And I stand by what I said. I still fear them more. I still fear that guy more than Dak Prescott. I do. And it's not much. Here's what I'll say, like, because I know you do disagree. My thing is, if an alien came on planet Earth, they had no recollection. They don't know what 2016 was, 2017. They just watched this season. They saw Jayden Daniels play. They saw Jalen Hurts play. They saw Dak Prescott play. They saw Daniel Jones play. They're gonna say Jayden Daniels the best. You're gonna be like, shoot, I don't know what's going on, but I know he the best quarterback in the NFC East. And so like, that's what I see. Now, yes, people can be like, well, Dak Dunn did this against the Eagles. I don't care. I don't care. I'm talking about what they got with the Commanders. Oh, not only do I fear what they can do in the NFC East, I fear what they can do not only now, but really later on, what they can do for the next 10 years. That is a problem. He is a problem. And if they get Devontae Adams, I'm going to be sick. But what's your thoughts on Jayden Daniels' play? My whole comment on, I fear him more than that.
I mean, I get it. Your analogy isn't wrong. Like, but I think my problem with it is like it's a Dak Prescott stray that like didn't need to happen. Because by the metric that you're using, like if an alien came down to to earth right now and watch Jayden Daniels play, he might say Jayden Daniels is the best quarterback in the league. You know what I mean? So it's like, we talking about, oh, I fear him more than Dak Prescott. And it's like, okay. But by that same metric, like, you should fear a whole lot of guys more than, or you should fear Jayden Daniels more than a whole lot of guys. And you know what they also have on the sidelines that I know is not worth a damn? Dan Quinn. So I wouldn't say Dan Quinn isn't not worth a damn. Nah, Dan Quinn is actually a fairly good coach. Here's my biggest problem with Dan Quinn. When stuff hits the fan, for whatever reason, Dan Quinn's players fold. We gave up 50 points to Green Bay. We gave up 35 in the first half. We seen the Dan Quinn, like, we get so high, we get here. And the dramatic fall off is very dramatic. We seen him do it. We seen him do it as the head coach of the Falcons with the in the Super Bowl, 27-3. That was Dan Quinn. That was a Dan Quinn led team. He comes to he's nowhere. We bring him to the Cowboys. Every year we like, man, Dan Quinn got the best defense in the league. Okay. Get to the playoffs. Teams dog walk his defenses. So cool, you can fear Jayden Daniels and you can fear him as a player, but as a team, I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. They might make the playoffs. Cool. We would love to see the Commanders make the playoffs because that would be great for the NFC East. It would create great competition, great conversation, all of that. It means the Cowboys won't blow them out on Thanksgiving no more. We'll have good competition, all types of things, right? It's good. It's good. Commanders being relevant is good for the league. What does it amount to? What do you actually think it amounts to? Now, I'll admit they got some play callers over there. I personally love Cliff Kingsbury, and he's on that coaching staff. Not even as an OC.
Of what he's doing, like,
huh?
No, Cliff, cool. No, he's done a great job. He's done a great job.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think he deserves to be a head coach no more. Yeah. I don't think he deserves to be a head coach no more. But quality control, offensive play calling, things of that nature, being in the room, being there for a quarterback, like I think that's exactly where he needs to be.
I think that's Kellen Moore or Cliff Kingsbury.
Give me Cliff. Give me Cliff. And the only reason I'm gonna say give me Cliff is because I think Cliff got ran out of Arizona, and I keep trying to tell you Kyler Murray is not that guy. So I think there's a give and a take here. Like, maybe Cliff didn't lead them the right way, but also Kyler Murray's just not that guy anyway. So it's like, I don't know that all of that was Cliff Kingsbury's fault. And now we're seeing it, you know what I'm saying, with this, like, with whoever their new coach is now. And it's like, all right, bro, like him and Cliff Kingsbury seem to be having the same type of production. You get a few good games, you get a few bad games, you'll see what happens, probably somewhere middle of the pack, not making the playoffs. Oh, well, another broken season. Kyler Murray should go and play baseball. But like, you see what I'm saying? Like, as Cliff Kingsbury being in that room, just handling play calling, not handling it, but like being a part of that selection, being a part of the you know, bringing up Jayden Daniels, like, I think that's very good. And yeah, I think Jayden Daniels is a really good quarterback, and he's historically having a great rookie season. But I'm not willing to take it like much further than that. Dak Prescott was a great rookie quarterback, and here we are in year 9. There's a lot of great rookie quarterbacks that come in. Obviously, maybe not Jayden Daniels good, but like, there's a lot of great rookie quarterbacks that come in, and then, like, you know, teams figure them out, and all of a sudden, like, you can't. They're not exactly who you thought they was.
Here's what we got to see with them. Obviously, they played the Ravens next week. That's going to be box office. Everybody going to watch that, John. After that, Panthers probably beat them. But that'll people got to put the over on that, John, y'all. I'm trying to tell you, put the over on that, John. They got the Bears, Giants, Steelers, Eagles, Cowboys, Titans. So, like, That's like we about to see. I think by the time if they beat the Bears, everybody, if they put some points on the Bears, especially with the way that this offense now is cooking with the Bears now too. If they beat the Bears, I'm legitimately gonna be like, oh, like they can really win this NFC and this East. I'm gonna think that. I'm gonna think that. Now it's not gonna be like now they still gotta play the Eagles.
I think they have a
Twice.
good possibility. I think they have a good possibility to win the AFC East or the NFC East, even without the Bears game. Like regardless, like
Yeah,
right now, I'm
yeah.
saying I think I'm just looking at their schedule. It's like very favorable. Like it's very favorable.
That'll be like I feel like if they beat the Bears and drop like 30 or something on them, I'm gonna be like, oh, they for real. Cause Matt Eberflus, he got a defense. So yeah, we gonna see what they made of for real. I do agree that like the sentiment that even like with Cliff Kingsbury, all right, boom, he started off good, and then like teams kind of start to figure out what he doing later on. You saw with the Cardinals, like, all right, they started off very, very hot, and then they ended up getting figured out. Was that Kyler Murray? Was that Cliff Kingsbury? That was hand in hand. And so we'll see, like, it's kind of like shoot. Maybe this time he didn't learn what he got to do, and he learn from that. So hopefully, for my sake, for my team's sake, hopefully they don't learn it. But I gotta respect what this guy Jayden Daniels is doing. He's flat out hooping. We'll go to the guy who he's gonna play this this Sunday, Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson had himself a day. He's basically been making me eat my words. I've been like, so here's the thing, y'all, and it's gonna get better later on today because like I really do be trolling like our third guy P, but like I really like yes, I had the Bengals winning this jump. I had the Bengals winning, and it looked very very good up until Joe Burrow's interception. And but if Evan McPherson, if they freaking kicked the field, I mean we talking about a different story. But like regardless, both quarterbacks snapped, both had like an error, but in the end, Derrick Henry go for 51 yards. All right, boom, kick the field goal, game over. But Lamar made superhuman, spectacular plays. My whole thing with Lamar is like, we know what you do in the regular season. Like, we really know what you do. Like, you're all time great. You're in the regular season, the second best quarterback in the league.
He might be number one.
Might be number one. If somebody said in the regular season I would rather have Lamar Jackson than Patrick Mahomes, I might disagree, but I'm not gonna be like, oh, you're like when I was saying it's personal preference. I think that's a good example too of like who you like. Regular season, who you like regular season. Don't even take the Super Bowl play. Regular season is pretty much a pick 'em. All that to say, Lamar in the regular season be snapping for sure. My only problem with him is that I would like to see this in the playoffs because we haven't seen no 348 passes, 4 TD, 50 plus rushing. We haven't seen that type of game. That touchdown pass likely. We haven't seen that. I mean, he has caught his own pass and stuff like that, but like we haven't seen a game like this in the playoffs. That's what I want to see from Lamar. I thought we was gonna get that in the AFC Championship. We didn't, but that's what I'm holding. But then there's like the other side, bro. It's the other side that's like, oh, MJ, you hating. Oh, give him time. At the end of the day, Lamar Jackson is a victim of his own greatness. So, like, if you win multiple MVPs, it's going to be more people that's going to be like, all right, what are you going to do in the playoffs? What are you going to do? That's what it's gonna be. Yes, were these MFers racist and saying he a running back, and then he proved y'all wrong, and then y'all keep trying to say, yeah, it's those trolls and all of that. But like, I think it's a fair take to be like, all right, cool. We see this in the regular season. Can we see this in the playoffs, please? Hey, look, maybe be patient. Be patient, MJ. Be patient. Why you keep rushing stuff? But that's where I'm at with it. I'm like, Lamar, you great. You proved me wrong in this game because I had the Bengals. But all right, cool. We done seen this multiple times. It's just like the hard situation. It's like Harden be dropping 60-point triple doubles, but can we see that in the playoffs? It don't be happening.
You waiting on me? You done? Okay. I firmly disagree. I agree. I see what you're saying, but I firmly disagree. And the reason I disagree is because of this. Listen, I know I'm a Cowboys fan, but I don't have an excuse as to why Dak Prescott can't like get over the hump, right? Like, I don't have an excuse for that. But let me tell you something. Only like 4 quarterbacks have won a Super Bowl since Patrick Mahomes has entered the league, or has really done anything in the AFC since Patrick Mahomes has entered the league. So I get what you're saying. Is Lamar a victim of his own greatness? Sure. But Lamar is also a victim of playing in a very, very good AFC. A very, very good AFC. Like, there's nothing. I'm not gonna say like you can't hold anything against him, because I will say like his play is subpar in the playoffs. But I don't know who's really great in the playoffs. And I know you want to talk about Joe Burrow and Josh Allen and like Jalen Hurts, but like I told you the other day, Joe Burrow's one like super deep playoff run. You was a junior in college. I was a sophomore. I'm now a graduate student, and you about to graduate with your master's degree. That was hella long ago. Like we living on a Joe Burrow Super Bowl appearance that like amounted to nothing, and since then has been absolutely that nothing. Josh Allen, a bunch of great losses, but there are a bunch of losses. Who cares? Like, he's lost. You know what I'm saying? Jalen Hurts, a Super Bowl appearance, and since then it's been real slow for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like all of these, like, I get what you're saying, but the only thing I have is like, yeah, his play hasn't been that elite in the playoffs, but everybody's losing. Sure, these guys play great games just to lose too. Like, these guys are playing very good games, and they all amount to losses. So what's the difference between Lamar Jackson losing and the rest of these guys losing? If you're gonna say it's the play that leads to the loss, sure, okay. They shouldn't have lost last year. Lamar Jackson did what he was supposed to do. That's a what's your boy name? What's your boy name out there? The wide receiver. That played that.
Hey,
Huh?
who? Zay Flowers?
Yeah, Zay Flowers. He's a drop pass and a penalty and a fumble away from like being in the Super Bowl and have beaten Patrick Mahomes, which most people aren't very consistent at doing in the playoffs or regular season. So my whole thing with Lamar is like, yeah, but we didn't started this like whole bashing Lamar train this season, or at least you have, and I'm kind of like, yeah, but like, where did that come from? Because if I remember correctly, when my Cowboys lost and when your Eagles lost, we were sitting on here like, hey man, we're gonna root for the black quarterback. We're just gonna root for Lamar. We're gonna root for Lamar and hope for the best. Right? I'm not gonna say everything we said off the pod. Like, hey man, I'm not rooting for Patty, man. I'm not rooting for Patrick Mahomes, man. Like, I don't. He not like us. That's what we were saying off the pod. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Now all of a sudden we on this whole like bash Lamar Jackson train, and I'm like, how did we go from I'm just gonna root for Lamar and hope for the best to now like
you.
It? But to me, it's like whatever you're gonna say, and you're gonna say something about losing. And first of all, that loss wasn't his fault. And second of all, it was one of those games where like he was playing kind of subpar in the beginning, and then he kind of picked it up, and he put him in a position to win. Zay Flowers kind of messed that up. He was a rookie. Sometimes your rookies do things that you don't want them to do. So it's like if between then and now, the thing that's changed in your eyes is the fact that he lost in the playoffs again to Patrick Mahomes. Like you can't tell me that many guys that's beaten Patrick Mahomes either. So not ones that are still in the league anyway.
When I look at it, I say this because I be getting tired of people like. Here's my problem with it. Ain't even about Lamar. My whole thing this season, it hasn't even been really about Lamar. It's been his fans trying to gloss over what he has not done and be like, oh, I like him. Oh, you feel me? Like, he the guys, like, he a ninja, like, you feel me? Like, and I'm like, all right, like, so when they win, it's all Lamar. But when they lose, everybody else sucks. But when his defense lets up only 17 points against Patrick Mahomes, oh my gosh, if I think Josh Allen and Jalen Hurts would have loved if their defense could have held Patrick Mahomes to less than 20 points in a freaking game.
But you also
they would have loved that.
I don't think that you're wrong in that. But what I also need you to remember is the Chiefs also had the number one defense in the league last year. There's no account for that. They did. Look at statistically, yeah, it was like Cowboys, Chiefs, Ravens. Yeah. So like statistically, they had like the number 1 or 2 defense. Pick your poison, pick which one you want. So yeah, they held them. They held Pat to 17. But on the other side, he was also playing against the number 2, maybe number 1, number 2 defense in the league. So it's like, I get what you're saying. You're not wrong. It's just like, and you know what? The fact of the matter is you're exactly right. Yeah. For the longest time, Lamar Jackson hasn't had that much help. Therefore, when they win, it's all Lamar Jackson. When they lose, he doesn't have that much help. It's the LeBron effect. LeBron doesn't always have the greatest help. When they win, it's all LeBron. When they lose, hey man, we got to get these ninjas up out of here. It's the same thing.
And now I be knowing now why certain people that don't like LeBron hate the narratives. I mean, like, yeah, like in Cleveland, all right, yeah, like I get it, but like I feel like it's a fair trade-off. All right, boom. Like Hurts' defense against the Chiefs was flat out terrible. But he had weapons. He had more weapons than Lamar has. That's not even a question. Josh Allen, when they played them in, I think, 2021, yeah, he had Stephon Diggs. He ain't, what's his name? Lamar doesn't have anybody like Stephon Diggs, like who he was back then. Cool. But I'm pretty sure if you give the Ravens 13 freaking seconds, they could probably go ahead and stop. So what I'm trying to say is Lamar's defense is not this year, but in the past, it's been Lamar's defense has been elite and his weapons haven't been out there. But it's kind of like a good trade-off. It's like, would you like, you feel me? Like, all right, it's some quarterbacks, they got the weapons, but their defense ass. So it's like, that's my thing. It's like, I can't, he don't have help, but his defense be help, but his defense be snapping. Now this year is different. This year, yeah, Marlon Humphrey made a play, cool, but That defense is trash. So if he goes ahead and like this season they win like 13 games, 12 games, or whatever, yeah, I mean, he might be en route to his third MVP. But all it's gonna do, the better he is in the regular season, the more it's on him to do it in the playoffs. And everybody that's saying I got their pom-poms for Lamar now. And yeah, he deserves it. Don't be like when he don't play up to this level in the postseason, have an excuse for why he didn't get it done. And that's what we're gonna see. Hopefully he do. Because look, a lot of y'all that's some diehards. We was before the AFC Championship, we're like Lamar gonna win. We was hyped. I think that John scarred me because I was like, dang, your defense shut out Mahomes for a whole second half. It's the John, you in Baltimore. Come on. Yeah, we'll see. All right, Josh Allen. A couple weeks ago, I said that so Jordan Love was out. And so I said
original MVP.
Yeah, my original MVP. That's a guy. Jordan Love is so I don't even know why. That's on me. I don't even know why I even talk about a guy who's overrated. That's a guy had one good half of a season, a great playoff game. This season has been freaking terrible, but my man Hurts did what he has done this season, bro. All right. Anyway,
you've been hurt though. He was hurt for a little while.
Before he got hurt against the Eagles, he was playing like trash. But
he was.
Yeah, all right. So my MVP favorite now was Josh Allen. I was saying he's a front runner. I was saying that 2 weeks ago before they faced the Ravens. They got smacked by the Ravens. It was 2020 against the Texans. For some reason, Joe Brady or Sean McDermott, whoever it was, decides to throw the freaking ball 3 straight times instead of running the ball when your quarterback isn't doing well and you end up losing to a field goal at the end of regulation. Josh Allen goes for 9 for 30, dog. 9 for 30. That's less than 30. That's 30%. 30% completion percentage. That is crazy. There's NBA players with a better 3-point percentage than that. So like that was terrible.
The average is like 32% or something like that. Yeah, that was hard.
Yeah. I think even Anthony Davis might shoot a better percentage. Real rap. The way he did it, I mean, it was bad. It was flat out bad. And I mean, I know P's going to get on me and all that stuff. This is probably the worst game Josh Allen like ever played in his career. He's had some high turnover games before, but like this was a terrible game. So what's your thoughts on Josh Allen's game?
Well, you got to ask your actual question.
All right.
Yeah.
Is Josh Allen out of the MVP conversation?
It's over. Fun time was had. It's over. Fun time was had. It's over, dog. We appreciate you, big dog. Like you put up a very good fight. You know what I mean? Now, according to FanDuel, technically, you still got a puncher's chance. According to FanDuel, as of 11 hours ago, and it's probably changed by now since Patty had himself a decent night. Patrick Mahomes plus 270, CJ plus 600, Lamar plus 650.
Wait, they got CJ over Lamar?
Mm-hmm. As of 11 hours ago.
That's so glazed. I'm sorry, that's so glazed, but you can't continue. That's so
Lamar plus 650, Josh plus 750, Jayden Daniels plus 1,100. So you still have a puncher's chance. Oh shoot. You still got a puncher's chance, but it's over, big dog. Listen, Josh Allen, I know you wanted to see him like do well because it was good for your Lamar Jackson hate train that you was on this year. It would have been real good, like if that would have worked out in your favor. But that's cooked. Lamar Jackson cooked him, then went on to win in Cincinnati at Joe Burrow crib. Played a hell of a game first week of the season in Kansas City. So yeah, I don't know why I don't know why Lamar is number 3 on this list. Maybe somebody need to go and put in some bets so we can change that. But yeah, man, Josh is done for. Josh is done for. And I think like this is kind of where the season is about to go. I'm gonna be quite honest with you. Like they didn't play nobody. They didn't play when we was telling you, bro, like he hasn't played nobody yet this season. And then he played 2 formidable teams. He played the Ravens, and then he played the Texans. Like he played 2 formidable teams, and you seen what happened. Like this is where this season is about to go.
I mean, the Cardinals did beat the Royals, but I mean, you know.
This is where this season is about to go.
Yeah.
He has a lack of weapons, which isn't really his fault. Like it's not really his fault. I don't know how they didn't know Stephon was leaving and didn't go and get somebody to replace him. That's insane to me. I think Keon Coleman will be good later on, but like right now,
Shakir is his number 1. He ain't. I should have known that was gonna be big because Shakir ain't play against the Texans, so
yeah, like
number 1. But like,
but that's the point. Like, if Khalil Shakir is your number 1, like
bad.
It's gonna get bad for you. It has to at some point. Like you asking him to like turn into TB12 out there. Like you asking him to play GOAT level football with Sean McDermott instead of like Bill Belichick. Like, and TB12 even had a little more help than that at most times. Like, you know what I'm saying? Khalil Shakir is your number 1. You're cooked, dog. You're cooked. So yeah, bro. I don't know why you made that decision. I think you made an emotional decision trying to like boost up your Lamar Jackson hype train. And that shit crumbled right in front of your eyes, bro. Like it really crumbled right in front of your face. And I thoroughly enjoyed it because it was like, this is the most outrageous thing I've ever seen. Like the messages you used to be sending to the chat was insane. Like it was all just crazy. It was all just crazy.
Nah, like, all right, Josh. Like he was playing out his mind. Y'all might have been right. Basically, y'all, like I spazzed on them because I was like, Josh Allen is playing great after week 3, and they were like, oh, he ain't play nobody. And like
then you even tried to turn Kyler Murray into a formidable quarterback and the Cardinals into a formidable team to support your argument. Like that was where the whole thing hit the fan. Like
they probably the best team they faced though. Keeping the whole stack.
The Cardinals is better than the Ravens and the Texans.
No, I'm saying like out of the wins.
Yeah, like that was the best win they had.
That's probably their best win.
Yeah. The one in Miami was pretty cool. I think Tua was still playing then, right?
Yeah. I mean, like, they was blowing out Tua in them before he got injured. That's why. That's another reason why I spazzed. But like, knowing what I know now, Mike McDaniel, he's not. I mean, if we talk about, we're gonna have a segment. It's not gonna be today, but it might be later on today, where it's like something along like overrated, underrated, and that is an overrated guy right there. So yeah, I mean, like that is no, it was bad. It was definitely bad. I think is it over? It's not over though. No, it's not over. I mean, all right, look.
And it's over. It's over. It's over by default though. Like it's not even just him. That's the problem.
I'm
Like
about to tell
it's
you.
not,
I'm about to tell you. Here he got here. Look. So he played the Jets.
okay.
All
We have a
right,
great
cool. All
defense.
right, Jets. I'm not saying. All right, let's say he beat the Jets. I'm not saying he gonna be um MVP after that. But all right, cool. Got some games. Got games. The Titans, Seahawks, blah blah blah, Dolphins. Here's where he can. Here's where he can go ahead. It's this stretch here. Chiefs, 49ers, Rams, Lions. That's his. If Josh Allen wants to win an MVP for the first time,
Ooh,
he needs
Chiefs,
to go
Rams,
3-1.
49ers, Lions.
He needs
Let
to
me
go
tell
3-1.
you why that. Let me tell you why that doesn't work. Not saying that the 49ers aren't a good team. They're just not who we know them to be right now. I'm sure by the time the postseason rolls around,
Hell, they played him December 1st. By that time, CMC might be in that joint.
I'm just saying, like that's a lot of hoping and wishing. Like that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Like the season gets longer. It doesn't get shorter. Like injuries get worse. Like they only start to pile on. Like they don't like, you know what I'm saying? Like you hope that you get some players back by the bye week, and then you probably gonna lose some more right after that. You feel what I'm saying? So like the season only gets longer. It doesn't get shorter. So if the Rams aren't who we expect them to be right now, you hope that they start to regain their momentum and that they like by the time the playoffs come, that they're like who we or not the Rams, the 49ers. You hope that they are who we like kind of expect them to be in the playoffs, right? That's you hoping and wishing for that though. If you're talking about Josh Allen MVP scenario, you hoping that the 49ers become who they're supposed to be. The Rams are not going to become who they're supposed to be. And he's not beating Detroit. And he's not beating the Chiefs. You think he's beating Detroit or the Chiefs? Come on, dog.
He gonna beat one of them. And then
But that's the problem. Like that's my
if
point.
he gets three, that's what I'm saying. If he gets three of those, obviously you gotta beat the Rams. But even at that time, they might be more help. You might get Puka back. That's what I'm saying. Like if it's not over yet, it's not over yet because he's still. Now, if they lose to the Jets, if they lose to the Titans, I'll say it's over. If they lose to the Titans, it's over. It's over because you can't do that.
Yeah,
But
I
if
mean,
you like, all right, look, all right, but before they play,
I'm just saying though, like, do you really think he has a chance to what I mean by it's over is like, do you actually think he has a chance to catch up to what Patty and Lamar are doing right now
I don't
today?
think they give
Like
it to.
they are right now today, huh?
I don't think.
You don't think they give it to Lamar again? Okay.
I think Lamar got to play now. He has been playing on another level. I mean, but like he got to really. It's what Jokic is feeling basically this next season. It's like they're not about to give it to him a third. Or they might give him to a third time. Like he got to play so good that like you just can't deny him. Like you can't deny him.
But my point is like that. What you're asking for is that he has to jump Patty and Lamar. That's why I say it's over. Because even if they don't give it to Lamar, unless Patty and the Chiefs have like a historic meltdown, kind of like your team last year, like it's going to one of them. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like that's why I say it's over by default. I'm not saying like he won't be in contention. He won't be in contention, but it's like by default, like he's just it's kind of like, bro, what you're asking for is that he's going to end up jumping Patty and Lamar. And even if they don't give it to Lamar, which I don't think the NFL has that thing where they just won't give you like what you're supposed to have. Like I think the NBA has that. They have that thing. Like LeBron, there's a lot of awards LeBron should have. Defensive Player of the Years, MVPs, whatever you want to name it. Like he should have things that he doesn't have. The NFL don't really do that. Like the NFL will give Lamar a third MVP if he really deserves it. The NFL will give Patty a another MVP if like they feel as though he should have it. That's just the way it goes in the NFL. And you kind of know who those top two guys are. So by default, you asking Josh to jump those two, and it's kind of like, I see what you're saying. He has a chance to stay in the conversation, but that's over. Like the MVP win is over. Like he would probably have to win out the whole season at this point. He have to win out the whole season and put up historic numbers, and everybody will have to feel bad for him that he doesn't have weapons. Like he can't lose no more. Like he got to pull on your heartstrings a little bit to win the MVP this year. That's what I think.
I think. Well, he can't have another dud. Like he maybe have like one more dud, but he can't have another dud. Like if they lose, he's got to be hooping. Like if they play,
as a Cowboys fan, I'm telling you from experience, like it's just like Dak should have won last year. But I mean, it's up for debate. But I think Dak should have won last year. They still gave it to Lamar. It's up for debate, but you can't say that like. But like that's what I'm saying. Like is Josh isn't on pace to have. He was in the beginning, and slowly but surely over the past two games, like his on pace numbers nosedive.
Yeah, no, losing to the Texans definitely hurt him. Just like the fact that you can't go 9 for 30. I mean that's very bad. I would like to see him. It's weird. I don't even know why I'd be cool because I used to like really be a Josh Allen hater, but like it's interesting.
Yeah, you switch up depending on what what your narrative is at the moment. It's okay though.
All right, we better go to a question somebody asked real quick that actually we're gonna do this one question somebody asks, and then I kind of wanna we ain't we're done. Yeah. All right, last question. Who would you shout out my man Shamar? Who would you? Well, I can't even talk. Who would? Yeah, I mean, bro, you done. Which duo would you rather have? Dak and CD, or Hurts and AJ Brown? I mean, like you asking
the Cowboys fan and the Eagles.
Yeah, you as a Cowboys fan, like maybe if like P was here, like we can hold off on that. I mean, like I'm trying to like really, like I would rather have. It's just no way I could ever say like I'm never gonna say Dak.
Yeah,
like I the most y'all getting out of me is saying I respect the Cowboys win. That's OD. I know a lot of y'all was like getting on me. Oh, you're a traitor. I'm unfollowing all this stuff. Like there's certain stuff I can't. They would have to win a Super Bowl for me to utter out my mouth, and even that I might not even say it. No, because I'm picking AJ over CD every day of the week. Every day of the week. It's just CD is in an offense that it's CD centric. It's all around CD. It's CD or bust a lot of the time. That's why people thought they was going to lose against the Steelers because they didn't think Jalen Tolbert was going to snap or Jay Ferguson was going to snap. But the whole offense is around. If the whole offense is around AJ Brown, he'll do the same thing as CD do. And then Dak. I mean, me and him have had these convos about Dak and Hurts, but they know where I stand. Y'all know where I stand. I'm taking Hurts every day over Dak, but we've had this before. But that's my take on it.
Yeah, I got the same kind of synopsis. I'm taking CD over AJ. I think CD's more versatile. They call CD a slot boy, but he definitely showed y'all he's not just a slot receiver. Does he live in the slot primarily? Sure, but that's because you can't cover him. If you can't stop it, why try? If it ain't broke, why fix it? Can't fix it if it ain't broke. So, yeah, he lives in the slot, but that's just because they
CD
can't cover
in the slot. CD in the slot is like it's like Jalen Brunson getting free throws in the play.
Yeah,
Or
like
it's like Harden getting free throws. It's like, yeah, why would I and be
why
getting
would I
free
stop
throws?
doing that? Why would I stop? Like, but I think I think for me the difference is that I think that CD can play outside better than AJ could play in the slot. I think that's where my like difference is like obviously CD isn't a better X than AJ is. AJ isn't a better slot receiver than CD is. But I think if you had to be interchangeable with it, the way that the Cowboys do, because our offense is so CD centric, like I think the fact of the matter is you couldn't have you. I don't think that you could have a AJ Brown centric offense the way that the Cowboys have a CD Lamb centric offense, because I don't think that you can move AJ Brown around the way that you can move CD Lamb. My take on it. I think AJ Brown has to stay where he is, and it's kind of like, all right, you can't. Like it's not versatile to throw up to it. It's not versatile to throw a jump ball to a player every like play. Like AJ Brown isn't Calvin Johnson, where it was like if you throw the jump ball, no matter if it's 1, 2, 3, or 4 guys covering him, it doesn't matter. I think AJ Brown plays a lot of. I think he gets a lot of one-on-one coverage because of how good y'all's receiving. Y'all don't have a lot of receiving depth, but like y'all got an offense that can create opportunities for AJ Brown
I mean,
to where
like,
he
yeah, I
can't do
mean,
one-on-one.
against man coverage, he's the best. I'm
Yeah,
against man coverage, he the best. That move on Jair, I mean, that was freaking amazing.
yeah.
Uh, the
That's what I'm
difference
saying. Like I don't
really,
doubt none of that. I just don't think you can. I don't think he's as versatile personally. Like I don't think you can. Like I said, I think you can put CD outside, and CD is a better outside receiver than AJ Brown is a slot receiver. That's why I'm taking CD. Um, Dak over Hurts. Because personally, and I tell Miles this all the time, like I think y'all are living in a Super Bowl appearance with Hurts, and while that's all fine and dandy, I think that the knock that you have on Dak is that it's like 9 years and you haven't been here, here, and here, whatever. I get it. Cowboys fans have the same knock on Dak, right? Uh, but it's kind of like for me, I don't know if I've ever like said this out loud, but for me personally, I could see the same thing. I could see Jalen Hurts stalling. Like I could see Jalen Hurts stalling. Maybe not being just a first round exit every year, but I could see him stalling and really just like not getting back to a Super Bowl, or maybe like losing before the NFC Championship game. I really don't think Hurts is that guy. Um, and I think skill wise, if I had to start a team with somebody, I'm taking Dak, because skill wise, I truly believe, and I think most people actually I think most people truly believe that Dak is a better skilled quarterback than Jalen Hurts. Now, all of the rest of it, you can do what you will with. Like you like to talk about Jalen Hurts' leadership qualities and his way to fight back from adversity and all of the things that he does. Sure, if you want to take all of that and put it in Jalen Hurts' repertoire and say that's why he's better than Dak Prescott, go ahead. But he doesn't throw a better ball than Dak Prescott. I just don't think skill wise, like
yeah, Dak. I mean, Dak throw a better ball. I think what what really made Hurts like the reason why I have Hurts over him is because of really what Dak did against the Steelers. Because I know if Hurts start off bad, he always gonna overcome some, and he gonna put the team. The Eagles, oh, we trash all this stuff. If Saquon Barkley catch the ball, it's 3-1, and we're heading to the Browns. About to be 4-1. That's simply what's gonna happen. So I know, like, all right, has he played perfect? No, he ain't played perfect, but I do know that he's very, very clutch. And what a lot of people do, it's these narratives, bro. It's these narratives, and it'd be sick. And I'd be part of some of the narratives, but like some of the stuff is like, all right. For instance, if Evan McPherson kicks that field goal, oh, the Bengals suck, all this stuff. No, I mean, like, make your miss, make your miss jump. All right, boom. If Saquon catch the ball, the Falcons, oh, Kirk is so great, all these comeback wins. If Saquon catch the ball and if Bucky Irving flats out holds on to the ball, they're below 500. That all right, cool. It's luck of the draw sometimes. And then where it hurts and all that, I just feel like, all right, cool. Like, he hasn't played too well. I know he'll bounce back, but he give me that belief. Give me that belief. The one thing that I think it makes it closer than it has in the past, the only thing is that Hurts isn't as mobile. He still gets out the pocket, but like he isn't as quick. Like if you look at Hurts, look at Hurts in 2021. Look at Hurts 2021. Sure. Look at Hurts 2020. Oh, that is
sure he was quicker. He was quicker, bro, but I don't think
he wasn't as a passer though.
Yeah, I don't. First of all, I don't think he was as good as a passer. Second of all, like, bro, I'm still stuck on Bosa in that interview being like, yeah, bro, we really just figured Jalen Hurts out.
But man, he got slower though. He got slower.
And hold on, just hear me out. Like, but like now that Bosa has said it, and I've like gone back and watched film, like, yeah, bro, like teams have kind of like taken that and kind of ran with it in their game plan against y'all. And my problem with it is like it's voiced now what the game plan is when people play the Eagles, right? Like, and it's kind of like, bro, all right, if Jalen Hurts is truly the great that y'all say he is, or that y'all want to make him out to be, or whatever the case may be, when a team voices how they're going to beat you, you got to find another way to, like, you know, get around it. And the knock on Jalen right now is that, like, he's not as mobile. I think Jalen is still a very mobile quarterback. He's still more mobile than most quarterbacks, right? So even if he's not the Jalen Hurts of 2020 and 2021 that y'all saw way back when 5 years ago, like, okay, cool. But he's still one of the strongest quarterbacks and still one of the most mobile quarterbacks in the league. Like, that's not a like, I can't just give y'all the like, oh, Jalen Hurts isn't as mobile, we're having problems. Like, nah, like I truly think, like, bro, teams have figured him out, and he knows that they have figured him out, and there's a problem. And the reason, and you know how it shows? It shows in the amount of turnovers he has. Like, the amount of turnovers he has, that's not just bad decision making or he can't throw the ball. Or no, that's not just like he can't throw the ball. It's bad decision making and not reading the defenses.
I feel like that's giving more credit to the defense. Like, some of these plays, like, all right, if you just complete the check down instead of throwing it to Devontae in double coverage,
I said bad decision making.
Like, sometimes it's bad. Yeah, I think if you're specifically talking about the turnovers, maybe some of the fumbles, because they want to force him left. You force him left, he's not as effective versus going right. If you want to talk about the fumbles, all right, cool. Them interceptions, a lot of them, they just be like, all right, dog. I be tying the turnovers. I don't care what nobody say. I tie turnovers to in totality. It's in general. If you're telling me that with one coach, you don't have 8 turnovers the whole entire season, and then now it done shot up and you have like 7 turnovers just this season, and you have, I don't believe, like, it's not like he still shows the flashes of 2022. Has he shown a full game? Well, he's shown a full game since like the last time was like the Bills, John, which I was like a minute. But like, I think the Falcons, John, if Saquon catch that ball, That's probably his best. That was his best game since the Bills, John. So um uh I don't think I disagree. I don't think like teams. I think teams knew what he wanted to do in 2022. But
But
like
bro,
he
I'm
was
saying
faster, but like he was faster than that
you're
spy
not wrong.
linebacker. He
You're
was
not wrong.
he was flat
But
out
it's the
faster
same
than
thing
him.
as the like it's the rookie effect, bro. Like a lot of players come in and when they first come on the scene, they hot, they popping. Like teams don't, oh, whoa, hold on, where he come from? Bro, since then it's been like kind of like a like I'm not gonna go as far and be like, hey, bro, every year Jalen Hurts has gotten worse. Like every year he's gotten worse and worse and worse. But like every year it seems that we stray a little bit further and further and further away from the Jalen Hurts that y'all knew and loved. And I don't think that's a realization that like most Eagles fans want to accept yet. That like every year it seems,
A lot
and
of them.
I will give y'all that like, yeah, bro, y'all had Brian Johnson, and now y'all have Kellen Moore, who I try to tell y'all about. But then at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, but everybody tried to tell me, oh, bro, when y'all had Kellen Moore, y'all had the number one offenses in the league. Y'all are nowhere near that. Y'all are nowhere near that. So it's like, sure, we did have the number one offense in the league, but like maybe you got to give some credit to Dak there too. Like, hey, bro, like he
Yeah.
was really hooping. He was really hooping right then. Now it's like y'all got him in the first week. Nobody wanted to hear what I was saying. The
Well, the
second week,
first week it was that offense was amazing. I mean, you got all your weapons.
no, and that's my point. Is what did I say in the first week? I said it doesn't matter right now because y'all won. But I saw the Kellen Moore that I saw as a Cowboys fan. I saw what he did. And it was a lot of games as a Cowboys fan where we won and a lot of stuff just didn't matter and it got swept under the rug until it did matter. You know what I'm saying? Like there's same thing with y'all. I said in the first week, I said, bro, y'all offense looked pretty good this week, but I saw some things that I ain't like. Nobody wanted to hear me. Second week, people still was kind of shaky on me, like, bro, give it time. Third week, all of a sudden, folks is out here like, he might be on to something. Fourth week, now you didn't said it. Now you didn't went on your rant, and everybody like, oh man, Kellen Moore trash. Bro,
Well, we saying not only is Kellen Moore, he
y'all
trying
didn't
to
ask
make
Sirianni
not only
thing.
just Kellen Moore trying to make Jalen Hurts like Joe Burrow, Nick Sirianni. I'll keep believing that he got his fingerprints on this offense, and nobody can ever tell me different. I don't care what anybody say. That guy is. But look, I got a master plan, and we're gonna about to head off after I say this. But my master plan is for the Giants to go ahead, win like 5, 6 games. I know they won against the Seahawks any given Sunday. I don't care. I'm not worried about that. But I want the Giants to win like 5, 6 games. Fire Brian Daboll. And if the Eagles get Brian Daboll, oh my gosh, it's cooked. I would rather have Brian Daboll over Bill Belichick. I'll make that a real too. I'd rather have Brian because all my boy
Why do
need is
you
consistency.
why do you think that y'all are getting Brian Daboll?
Because
Like
if
I
the
want to know. I'm not even trolling. I'm really asking like
I
where did
think
that
all
come
right,
from?
I think
I hadn't
I
heard
think
that until you said it.
my thing is like, all right, if the Giants would have to be flat out idiots, because what if I would obviously, if I was them, I would get rid of Daniel Jones, get Shador, get Quinn Ewers, get somebody, have them work with Brian Daboll. But my master plan is all right, cool. Maybe stuff doesn't work out. It's a bad season. The Giants show that they're incompetent. They fire Brian Daboll. I mean, he was on some hot seat lists, a couple of them, Johns, early on in the season. So if he does get fired, he should be the number one person. Like Jeffrey Lurie, give him the bag. And I would 100% take him over Bill Belichick. I would take him over. Maybe I shouldn't be that confident, but I would. Only thing that Bill Belichick got is that like I would do it like this. All right, Bill, you draft defense. Howie, you do offense. Howie, you don't know anything about offense. You're a lazy GM when it comes to offense, and it's actually pathetic. And I've said it before to you, but yeah, that's what it is. I like Brian Daboll, man. I mean, if he was with Hurts, I saw what he did with Josh Allen. Bro, but oh my gosh, bro. That's the guy. I'm seeing what Shane Steichen do. Freaking Flacco, like, come on, dog. Yeah, that was the guy we should have hired, bro.
Yeah,
Sirianni.
I think a lot of people like Brian Daboll. I think he got put in a bad situation with Daniel Jones out there, but nonetheless, yeah, man.
Cool, y'all. 2 a.m. Like, comment, subscribe. Show Kobe some love. Follow him on the gram, man. Read his articles on Syracuse John. I'll plug your stuff because I don't even know what I'm talking about.
Follow me at Kobe Scales Media, man. You can read my articles. 9 times out of 10, they in the link in the bio.
Link in bio, all that stuff. All that stuff. Triple Threat Talk will be on later today with P. You don't want to miss it. We're going to talk about Lamar. We're going to talk about Jayden Daniels again. We're going to talk about Joe Burrow, Josh Allen. We're going to give our overrated, underrated guys, coaches, and players. Love y'all. Peace.